Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Rwagnation League Grand Prix here in the F2 cars. And Monaco is easily the hardest track on the circuit, at least in my opinion, that is. But it's also one of the most fun, especially when it comes to time trial scenarios, and even in the F2 cars when they got so much weight, so little aerodynamical grip, and it's entirely reliant on the driver's skill to keep them out of the wall. Now we are waiting for a couple of guys just to ready up in Fairball and Tiger Racing before we get cracking with this F2 race. Obviously, remember, it's the feature race first, which is a 25% race, followed by a sprint race, also 25%. Let me quickly load up the details, and we'll go with... let's go with... Who's fast here? I'm trying to find someone that I can... I'm gonna go with my son. My son, Raggy Jr. He's currently going through the track nicely into... I believe this is Casino. Hard brake now, don't screw this up. Oh, already locked up on the right side, that's where you can't afford it. Now coming up to the hairpin. This is a very slow, very tight hairpin. It's very easy to get wrong, especially in these sorts of cars, but he's done it fine. Nice and simple. Don't invalidate there. Oh, he's run a bit too wide. That's allowed Just Chilling to just slip ahead now into P1. Although he's right there alongside him though. He's clearly got the pace. Going through the tunnel now, down into the Neville chicane. Do not screw this one up. You need to make sure the braking... Oh, he's locked up quite drastically, but he's alright. Worked it out quite nicely too. Now this part here is my favourite part on the track, because you have to flick it in so fast and not hit the wall, and he's just about kept himself out of it. Max is in this as well. He's actually currently sat on the top step, ready for pole position. Oh, he's invalidated. That's an invalidation there from Reg Jr. Not been able to... Whoa, that was a big slide. He's kept the car pointing in the right direction, but he has, in fact, invalidated, so he will not be getting pole. It will be Max, who's going to cross the line and take... Oh, Kai's beat him. Kai just slipped it in there. 120.421. Gets into the top step. Ready for that. He's got his pole position, sorry. Has got the extra 4 points as well, so very well done from him. Max there in P2, Just Chilling P3, Lando's Milman P4, and Cryptic in P5. And look at the times. Max and Kai were very close. So a little bit further out from Just Chilling, and then you got Lando's Milman right on his back step. And again, them two are teammates. Then it gets a little bit further out. So, I'm ready. I'm excited. Cannot wait for this to get started in the feature race. We're not far away from that now. We're just waiting for the grid to show us how it looks. Here it is. Cabcini in pole with Max half a tenth behind him. Very close indeed. Just Chilling there in P3. 3 tenths off with Lando's Milman right on his back end. Cryptic there in P5 with Jack in P6. Avia P7, Toto P8, Fairball P9, Tiger Racing P10, Marquez P11, Tiger Jr. in P12, Blue in P13, and then you got No Time that could be set from Ravenduck, who did actually retire from the session, and then you have all the DNFs of Chimera, Reg Jr. and Overspeed. So keep an eye on them. They still can improve as we go through this race. This is a battle for survival. Qualifying usually dictates how this is going to finish off, but you know what? You can't rule anybody out when it comes to Monaco. Just keep your wing intact, keep yourself pointing in the right direction, and you could very easily gain a fair few places as people just fall into the pits. Okay. The drivers are now on the grid, thinking about the strategy they want to attack. Obviously, this isn't I know it's a 25% race, but you don't have to pit in these F2 cars. You just purely have to drive around as quick as you can, and that's it. But you do have to think about the tyre strategy sort of situation. I'm told you can't change the tyres, but I've seen it in the past where people have opted to do that. We'll see. You can change fuel though, that's for sure. And the drivers are on the grid, and that is a very beautiful Monaco we're looking at right there. Who are we going to go on board with for the start? I think we're going to go... Let's go with Just Chilling, because he's sat there P3 behind these two. Up, oh, Max with a wobble. That's not good on your formation lap. If I was to chuck in a top 3 as to how I think this is going to pan out, I don't know, because I think Just Chilling's in a great place in the fact that he's in the in P3 right now, and it's just whether or not he can avoid the contact, whether or not he can avoid any damage of any kind. If he can, then I'm putting him P1. Lando's Milman, I think, can stay in the top 3 again. I don't know. Max, I'm expecting to end up in some sort of incident. I don't know whether or not it's going to involve Kai or not. That's the bit that I'm a bit unsure of. It could be Max going for a move on Kai and then ends up with both of them in the wall. I guess we'll only have to wait and see if that works out. Looks like Chimera and Overspeed have been reset to the track. Reset to the grid, sorry. This is my favourite part of the track. Inspect it. I look forward to commentating on this track every time we come here, just purely because The sound that is made in that tunnel is just beautiful. I love it so much. Especially in the F1 cars, we get the proper roar from the engines. It sounds so nice. Alright, Kai will be leading us away off the grid. Max will be in P2. Just Chilling will be P3 with his teammate right behind in P4. Now, they might opt to do a form of team tactics. I'm not sure if they're talking to each other. I know that some of the guys are talking to each other whilst they race here. So whether or not Just Chilling and Lando's decide, let's have a little chat. Let's have a little think about how we're going to play this out. Because they could very easily work together and do a rolling roadblock if you like. Exciting has joined us, but we'll have to wait now, I guess, until the next part of the session. Which is about to go down in just a minute. Here we go then. Who are we waiting for? There we go. I was going to say, who are we waiting for? Right, lights are on then. As soon as they disappear, it's going to be go time here in Monaco. It's Kai Bacchini's sprint to the turn 1, and it's off time. Here we go then. Max Thorne has had a little bit of wobble. He's not quite got the acceleration he needed. Kai Bacchini's done a very good job to get this going. Just Chilling's right there alongside of his teammate who's trying to slip down the outside. They've just about kept it clean. There's a lot of contact further down. That's Ravenduck, who's had issues. He's currently down in the wall. I think he's got... Has he got wing damage? No, he's kept it clean. No issues there. Just Chilling's falling apart. He's down in a P5 now. He's just trying to keep it clean. He's kept his wing intact, and that's the most important part, but he's back up where he was before. Tortor's got a yellow flag, 3-second penalty for ignoring yellow flag, sorry. In fact, let's have a look at him as I think he's just gone off. Yes, oh no, there's contact again. That's Raggy Jr. getting involved in an incident, just clipping Tortor's wing. Here comes Marquez on the inside of Overspeed, who's just managed to get that position done, but just a little bit of a ping off the wall there. No damage on his car, but the cars are really starting to slow down as we come through. But into the best part of the track, listen to the roar. That's what we want to hear. Cryptic then. P5, Jack coming out P6 with Furball alongside of him. Furball kept it clean, decides to back out of that one. Tiger Racing, who just cuts that chicane a little bit more than necessary should. Probably got a warning for that, but no penalties as of yet. There's a car off track there. Who's that? Is that Blue? I believe it was. Might have been. He's in P12 right now. A little bit of a ping off the wall there. Still got his end plate intact, and that is very crucial here. Marquez with a 2-second time penalty for corner cutting. Cryptic still here. Still there with Lando's Milkman, actually. I was expecting there to be more of a punch between the two of them, but somehow they've kept it all together. Furball keeping Jack at bay. Well, he's actually past Jack now. Jack made a mistake on the exit, you can tell. And Toto's got another penalty. That's not looking good for him. More contact penalties for speeding in the pit lane. Penalties for multiple warnings. That's Tiger Racing, who's got one. Couldn't turn one a little bit too much. Furball under threat here from Jack, who's looking for the inside. Couldn't quite get it. That's going to reset them again. Cryptic, he's still here with his... oh, that's a big slide there from Lando's. He's looking for an opportunity. No gap there for you, sir. Now he might be able to get the better turn in. Has he just about not quite done that? No, but Jack here. Look at this three-way battle going on. This is such a hard track to overtake on. It's not somewhere that you can just flick DRS on and just slip down the inside of someone. You absolutely have to try and get the better exit, get the better entry, and it's just so hard. Max, though, still here, gets a penalty. And that's not looking good then for him for P2. He's getting a penalty that will knock him down to, well, he'll only lose one place as it stands. Just Chilling is currently working on him, trying to bring that closer. Oh, he's really working this car. Big lock up there on the right side. That's not how you want it in this in these F2 cars. More penalties flying on the board now. It's starting to get to a point where we're going to have difficult... Oh, Aviator's retired. Where's that? That's coming out of the... that's coming down into the Nivelle chicane. I don't know how he's managed to do that. Oh, a little nudge there from Jack into the back of Furball. Kai sets the fastest lap as Marquez gets another penalty. Furball's in under a lot of pressure here. Jack trying to slipstream him all the way up towards turn 1. He's going to have DRS next time round, but not this time. And Furball's held him. A bit slow through there, which has allowed Jack to get a better exit. Lando's Milkman is having a battle with Cryptic, who's actually made that work, so he's through. Still no changes between these two boys, staying as is for now. Jack trying to pressure Furball where he can. You got Raggy Jr. trying to get involved in this as well. Bit of a lockup from him. This is very close, but ultimately this is all like nothing to really discuss because there's no opportunity to slip anywhere. Oh, that was a big tank slapper though. That's not what you want. I think he's missing a left end plate as well. Yes, he is. So any right-hand turns, which is a lot of them on this track, he's going to be struggling for grip. Overspeed got a penalty. Lando's Milkman's got a penalty, so that's not helping him at all. Furball is quite a way off that, though. Not really going to change anything. It just means he can't really gain anything. Cappuccini gets a penalty. Max gets another one. That's not looking good. There's penalties flying in here. Left, right, and centre. Oh, Max! That was a big slide. And that's allowed Just Chillin to close in on him now. DRS is going to be available for Max, but not for Just Chillin, as he's only just got within range of him. So look for Rwagnation then, because he's coming up into the home straight. Almost clips the wall. He will have DRS, as you can see. There we go then. No, did not get the exit he needed. Oh, that's a wall. That's more damage to the left-hand side, I think. I didn't see anything pop off, but definitely not going to be helping his wing whatsoever. You got the two BWT Ardens actually scrapping together. That's Ravenduck, who's just got past Marquez. 14th and 15th place now. Just Chilling, still here with Max. If he can get a good run in towards the tunnel, he could actually get him on the exit. But he hasn't quite got the exit through that corner as he needed. I mean, Max is just about pulling away for the most part, and now he's obviously losing time again. Now it's just too much too soon, and that's all they got. A good run there. The gap is slowly working in Just Chilling's favour. May potentially see more than that as we go forwards. Oh, that won't help him. A 2-second penalty for that corner cut will severely impact him now. Max obviously has a penalty. I think he's got two actually. Kai is the only one who has one penalty out of these three. Max with a massive tank slapper there. He could have very easily binned it if it had been a little bit too aggressive. His tyres will be so hot now. Keeping those rears in check will be a pain. Ragged Jr. has decided it's pit time. Must have too much of a damaged wing. Falling down the order now, losing out on the points side of things. P8 is currently overspeed. Max is in a very bad shape right now. Who has the fastest lap? That would be Cryptic with 122.129. Can still change though. Still got further 10 seconds penalty for Ravenduck. He must have cut the entire chicane to have had that. I don't know how he's managed to get that big a penalty, but he's going to be very, very upset about that, that's for sure. Go on then, Just Chilling. Show us what you're capable of here. You do have 6 more laps to go to pass Max, or at least close in on Kai, and maybe get him later on if Kai gets another penalty. But consistency is key on this track. You cannot afford to get penalties. Just that one too many, and your race is donezo. Pushing harder, Just Chilling. Oh, he almost lost the rear there. It's getting very hot in the rear of the it will come to me. The dams car, wing open. Can't see what's happening now, but nothing's changing as it stands. Marquez working towards Tiger Jr. Chimera's got another penalty. Max is really struggling through that turn one. I don't think he's missing any wing. No, he's kept it all full intact, but he really does look like he's struggling in these long aerodynamical corners. The setups on these cars are very different to the ones you'd have on the F1 cars. You have much more front wing requirement on these than in the F1s. Although in the F1s you want the aero pretty high. You don't really have... Oh, that was a mistake. Big slide there. It just shows how heavy these cars are on the rear. They do not like it when you ask them to step out even slightly. They'll step out a lot, that's for sure. Gaps are getting quite large further down the field. Lots of people struggling is what I'm seeing. If you look at the map on the right hand side, you can see just... Oh, that was close. Just how tight it is for these guys. But they're also coming up to the back line. That is actually Ravenduck that's about to be lapped here. Cappuccini is holding P1 for now. Max gets another penalty. I believe that... Oh, that's a big 6-second penalty there for Max Thorne. Cappuccini's had wing damage. That was the left end plate that's gone now. He's got a penalty as well, and you can see how much this is hindering him now. Max is here. Max is going for the closure. Is he going to get the move? He might send it. He's looking for a move. It's not there yet. He's held on. He's kept it clean, and we have got a back marker up ahead. Now he's going to be going for a long side move. This is going to be tight and tense, and let's go. Oh, he's backed out. Very smart heads-up driving there from Max Thorne, but this is loud. Just Chilling. Oh, I thought he was going to send it. He could still go for it. He's going for the move down the inside. Just Chilling. He's going to be stuck on the outside here now. This is going to be very bad. And they kept it clean. They kept each other out of trouble, but that was very much going to be a problem. That was Marquez, sorry, not Ravenduck that's been lapped. I think Ravenduck must have been lapped earlier, and he's in the pits. Blue has left the session. I think he maybe not too happy with his race, or he's having issues. Rwagnation has 2-second time penalty. Tortor's added another one as well onto his list, so penalties galore. I currently don't know, other than the top 3, how it currently looks. I know Just Chilling is on a 2-second penalty. I know Kai Bicini's on a 2-second penalty, which could change as we come into the braking zone. Oh, Max Thorne looking for a send. There was no stamp on that envelope he was sending there, mate, and that's probably the reason. Oh, Ravenduck's gone. Ravenduck's binned it. Oh no, that's the 2 corners before you get to the hairpin. He's not had a good time there. Just Chilling, adding another penalty. Kai Bicini's suddenly looking a lot better if he can just keep Max Thorne at bay. Although that's not working well at all. Marquez has been DQ'd for the amount of penalties he's had. Max Thorne really struggling with that rear. Kai Bicini has just passed a back marker. Oh, that's Tiger Jr. That was very close. Very well kept out of the way there from Tiger Jr., making sure he didn't inflict any hindrance on anybody's times. Max Thorne having a bit of a lock up there on the left-hand side again. Blue has managed to rejoin us. Rwagnation Jr. with another 2-second time penalty. He might end up in the same position as Marquez. We've lost both BWT drivers as it stands. Also lost Aviator, who had a pretty solid hit with a wall. Jack in the pits. JC really trying to light the rears up as much as he can and push away as much as he can, and it's not working out for him. I am seeing Cryptic with a fair bit of wing damage there on the right-hand side. I know that there's damage on Kai Bicini's car, who's missing the right end plate, sorry. I thought it was the left end plate, but no, he's got that intact. Max is also missing wing, I think. This is Just Chilling's opportunity to gain something here. Jack's gone for the super soft tyres. Kai Bicini with another penalty. That's not helped him. Oh, Just Chilling, just making it through there. This battle for P1 is starting to get very lively now as Max Thorne is working his way closer and closer to the Sauber driver. I'm not sure how Max is going to Kai's going to defend this, because Max is all over him. He might go for a move down Raskas. Oh, a little bit of a touch there. That's caused Kai to be sent off wide, and that's allowed JC to get closer. Looking for him, and Max gives the position back. Very good, friendly driving there from Max Thorne. That's what we like to see. Although that wobble there is not good for him at all. JC just gives him a little bit of a nudge, and that's allowed Max to get back into his position and not lose anything, although he's right here. Easily could go wrong here if anybody makes a slight mistake again. Kai Bicini obviously was almost the victim in all of that for a second, although everybody recovered. Kai managed to hold the car, Max gave the position back, but this has allowed Just Chilling to close up even more, and now we're looking for a window of opportunity. Max went for the dummy, he sees the inside, there's definite movement between the two, a little bit of a touch and go there. Max is through. Kai Bicini, is he going to try and hold it back? He's not, he's actually held back a little bit. Very smart driving there from Kai, and that's now Just Chilling on the back of him as well now, so Kai is at risk. Just Chilling is in a great position because the penalties for Max is too many. Kai Bicini has the same as Just Chilling, I think. It's Cryptic that might benefit here. I've not seen any penalties on him, so he could actually sneak a race win here if he can just keep the position alive. Oh, there's a car off track there. Who's that? Is that Blue? I think it is. That's Cryptic with a penalty. He's just basically shot his race into the ground. 4 seconds of penalties is what the Just Chilling and Kai have. I don't know about Cryptic, so I couldn't tell you how he currently looks. But if the other two are on the same amount, then Cryptic will not gain any positions right now. It's getting very lively again for the top 3 though. 2 laps to go then. We're coming up to the end of lap 9, beginning of lap 10. There it is. Can Just Chilling get through Kai Bicini? Max Thorne is in trouble, and I think if Just Chilling doesn't pass Kai soon, we may have an issue where Max can run away and actually get that race win. Max would love that. Just Chilling would not like that very much at all. As Kai makes a mistake, here comes Just Chilling looking for an opportunity. There's a little bit of a touch and go between the two, a little bit of a nudge, but somehow nobody gets any damage. Somehow everybody's still alive, and this has brought Cryptic right into this now. Look at this. He's sitting on the back of the of Just Chilling's car. Not seeing any major changes except for Max. Max is pulling away 1.2 right now. Rwagnation Jr. 121.731 is a new fastest lap, so he's taking points away and he's in the top 10. So those points will count towards him. Granted, he won't get very many. He'll only have 3 in total because of the one Just Chilling has really ruined it for himself there. That's 6 seconds now and Just Chilling. I think Kai Piccini is actually still going to get the race win if he can keep himself there within that. Well, it's a 2-second gap I think Kai has because he's got 4 seconds of penalties. Max has 6, so he can't afford to get any further than 2 seconds out. Whereas Cryptic is in a suddenly much better position. He has, I'm pretty certain, less penalties than these ahead of him. So he could actually still get that race win. It may still be on the cards for him. But with that wing damage that he's got, he's missing both end plates. He's doing a very good job of staying with these guys. But the damage on the arrow is really starting to pay off for him. Max Thorne and Kai Piccini going side by side. This is going to be very tight, very tense into the wall for Max Thorne. I don't think he's got an end plate on that side anyway. Just looking for an opportunity. This is 3 wide in an area you can't really go 3 wide, but they're trying. And Max Thorne is still there. He's still in race lead, but Just Chilling is through. Kai Piccini's fallen to P3, stuck on the outside. It's going to be very difficult to get around the outside here in the casino, but he's tried it. Oh, wow, he made it through, but he had ping-ponged off the wall. He's back up into P2. And what a drama that was. We are on the final lap, so there's no surprise that these guys are going for these desperation moves. They kind of have to, but they have to be careful they don't end up destroying their race or anyone else's. Just Chilling is just trying to just be the friendly guy, just wants to be left alone. He doesn't want this. Max has just added plenty of penalties to himself for that one. I don't think he was expecting that. And if he thinks he's got more than a 10-second gap between him and Kai Piccini there, he's wrongfully, sadly mistaken. Oh, Just Chilling. Big slide. Kept under control. And that's Cryptic here. Looking for a move. I think Max obviously will cross the line first, but he's going to now lose a hell of a lot of places. He's actually going to be outside of the podium due to the fact that he just carried on at the chicane. Here we go then to the line. Max has made it. Kai Piccini will take P1. Cryptic jumps up to P2. Kai still holds P1. Very well done by him. Max Thorne holds P5 for now. I think he may actually stay there as long as... Yeah, he will definitely be staying there now. Fairball is a bit too far back. Will cross the line in P6. Overspeed will eventually get there and make it to P7. And then Tiger Racing will make it for P8. And he will find himself at the front of the pack when we come into the sprint race here, which is a good opportunity for him because he's going to want that. Raggy Jr. coming to take the second to last points position in a nice solid P9 with Ozone Chimera taking P10 right now. Who got fastest lap? That was Raggy Jr. Kept it 121.731. No one could actually get into the 121s other than Jack, and he had to do that on super soft tires. So that's a interesting situation then for him in that case. Good stuff then. Happy days all around for this Grand Prix so far. I was expecting more dramas, but we have kept it pretty relatively clean, I think we'd say. Yeah, there was some moments of collisions and some scares and some heartbreaks, but nothing too bad. Here we are then. That is Kai Piccini taking that big victory. 25 points to his name. Did he get pole? Can't remember if he got pole. I think he got pole, didn't he? Let's have a look. Yes, he did. He also got pole in, so he's 29 points right now in the overall weekend results. Cryptic obviously gets P2, which means he's on 18 points. Lambda's in P3, Just Chilling P4, Max in P5, Fairball P6, Overspeed P7, Tiger Race P8, Raggy Jr. P9, and Ozone Chimera getting P10. Remember, the top 8 get flipped and reversed when it comes into sprint mode, so Tiger Racing will be in P1, Overspeed will be P2, and so on, as we go into the sprint race. So far so good. Lots of good battling. But I am sad to see that the BWT boys of Marquez and Ravenduck couldn't make it to the end of the race. There were some serious issues. I mean, it is a very difficult track, especially in these F2s. But we have made it to the to the end of the first race. We just need to see them if they can actually do it along with this pack into the second race. We'll see as we go through then. We are now loading into that for the sprint race. I think this is an 8-lap sprint race. I could be wrong. We'll find out in just a second. Oh, I know what that is. Don't worry. We'll get rid of it. It's that. There you go. Fixed. Thank you for the pointer. Okay, so again, they are on the grid, just working out what strategies they want to take in with them into this Grand Prix then. I'm told in this race they don't get a choice of tyres. This is where I'm instructed that those outside the top 10 here will be on different tyres. That isn't something they can control. They're going to try their best to just make do with what they've got. But then again, in this sort of situation, it's kind of what you want, honestly. Here we go then. Let's have a look at the tyre situation for that matter. As you can see, there is softs and super softs for a number of drivers here. 8 laps, I got it bang on the nose. Well done me. Pat on the back. Raggy Jr. is the first of the super soft runners to be where he is. Obviously, Cabicini, because he won the last race, will start P8. So he's going to have a really tough time making his way through this grid here. Max may have actually played quite a smart move here because he decided to put himself middle of the pack when it came to the middle of the top 8, should I say. So around P4, P5, which is great for him going forwards. It's like I've just had a nice text message to tell me there's some beautiful drinks that I can drink. I'm gonna go and grab them later. Tiger Racing is going to be leading us around the formation lap, and he's going to be trying to keep it together. But what I was saying about Max is he may have played himself perfectly here in the middle of the pack here for the top 8. If he can get those points that he's carried from the first run and actually maintain those into the second, he could find himself in a solid top P2, P3 at the end of the overall weekend. If he gets the win, he might actually do more than that. If it's something you can control, it's tucked away in a menu somewhere I can't see. Don't know what that means, I'll be honest. Apologies. Right, here we go then. Waiting for the final few to come round and in. Oh, Nick Sander has joined us then for this final race. So we are now up to 18 drivers, which is good for everybody. Oh, I see. He's talking about the tyres. Right. Okay, here we go then. So Nick Sander, Ravenduck and Aviator all on the softs at the back of the field. But we are at the front of the field where we're going to go on board with my good friend and accomplice, Tiger Racing, who's going to be leading us away off the start here. Then the lights are on. And it's go time for the final time here in the F2 cars in Monaco as Tiger Racing gets a beautiful start. Lunges away nicely. Fairball's up to P2. He's managed to get ahead of Overspeed, who's going to be alongside of him as they come through turn 1. Max is here in P4 as well. Big wobble from him. That's just chilling, trying to get past him as well. He's been in this situation in the last race. He doesn't want to be here again. He's looking for an inside line again. And Fairball has lost out to Overspeed. Tiger Racing's holding it together at the front of the grid, but everything is just about okay. No one has lost anything too tragic at the minute, but I'm looking at Overspeed trying to get a line here. It's not quite working out for him as Fairball is still there as well. Max Thorne holding down P4. Oh, there's contact. Bit of a break there, and that's just Chilling's front right wing is in bits now as a result. His teammate's just trying to slip on by him, and there's a big cheeky move there from Cryptic. Is he going to make it around the outside? He's not going to get it on Lando's Milkman as well. It was a good attempt, but just could not complete the move entirely as the Cryptic is on the back of Lando's Milkman. Might actually go for a move here. Lando's Milkman might try and close in on the runners that are ahead of him as Fairball's going for a move on Max. That was going to end in tears if he'd have gone for it. Luckily, Fairball saw that, backs out, and decides, I don't fancy any collisions today, thank you. Whereas Tortor has opted for a penalty unintentionally, as Ravenduck gets a 2-second penalty as well for corner cutting. That was him going through the Neville chicane a bit too tight, should we say. And by that I mean he just drove over it almost. I think he clearly didn't feel right on the entry. Cost him a fair bit. Overspeed and Max Thorne are still going at it toe-to-toe. Max Thorne's on the back of this. He's trying to get the exit of Dreams. He just cannot get it right now. And that's Overspeed holding it down. Tiger Racing setting the fastest lap of the session so far then, obviously, because it's the first lap. But also, he's holding down in P1. This is a track where he can do that. But he has to worry about Overspeed, who's all over his rear. The pressure is going to be all on him. Nick Sander getting a penalty, and Max Thorne is going around the outside. And that's Max. Is he in? Has he done it? I think he might have just pulled it off. He has. Max Thorne with a beautiful overtake. Who'd have thought you'd have said that? Who'd have thought you'd have said Max Thorne with a most insane overtake? Oh, he's going again. He's not backing out. This time it's teammates. No, it's not. They just look like it. But Max Thorne around the outside of the casino. We've had two very different races from Max Thorne here. I've seen him in the past. Oh, no, that's Joe. Joe's had a big off. He's been rotated, and that's pointing him in the backwards direction with cars coming at him. He may have to hit the reset to track before he gets DQ'd, but that's a lot of cars coming through. Tiger Racing doing the right thing and just letting him by so he doesn't cause a collision. But what a move there from Max Thorne. Who'd have thought you'd have seen that today? And he's done more than that. He's actually took off. He's 2.1 seconds ahead now of Overspeed. So any penalties that Max can get one penalty and still be comfortable. But based on his last race, that might not end how he wants it to. He's got to do a lot to bring himself back into this. As Chimera and Jack having a little bit of a scrap there. And that was Tortoise getting a little bit wily on the exit there. Didn't quite get the run he wanted, which has allowed Chimera to run away now. DRS has been enabled. We are on lap 3, so we're going to have 5 and a bit laps of DRS. Oh, that's a wall. No damage, or at least nothing visible to the naked eye. Just Chilling on the other hand, he's definitely got damage. I saw Wing pop off on the right side. Yep, his end plate has gone. That was contact he had with Max earlier. And this time, keeping it together, keeping it clean. That was Cryptic getting a little bit sendy on Lando's Milkman. And it's going again. Oh, that's a big send. Kai Pacini. Now that is aggressive to say the least. I don't know if he just got caught out or what, but that was a bit over. Although he has returned the position, so fair play from Kai to do that. Just needs to be careful on those insides because they're not always going to work out for you. Could very easily end up in a DNF scenario. Not at the minute though. Oh, a little bit of a nudge there as well from Raggy Jr. That was a corner cut as well. I think he got nudged by Jack and he's had to let them by. Oh, look at the wing on the left-hand side. That is in bits. I'm not sure what happened to him there, but he's really struggling with it. That's not good. Furball's getting penalties, but he's actually battling with Just Chillin' as Just Chillin' slipped on by now, up in a P3. 1 second is the gap between him and Overspeed, and he has got DRS. Max sets the fastest lap as well with 121.5. Ravenduck gets another penalty added to his list. It's not having a great day then here for Ravenduck, sadly. Cryptic here with Lando's Milkman. I think Cryptic has actually kept his wing intact this time. Yes, he has. Cabicini's on the back of him as well, looking for a opportunity to attack. Hopefully in a bit more of an executed form than before. As Lando's Milkman's in trouble, he knows to cover it. Here's Cryptic. Oh, he just gets squeezed to the wall. Near enough gets through. Cabicini, is he going to look for an opportunity again? Is he going to go? No, he decides take the wider route. See if I can hold it round. And he's, oh, nearly gets it. Ravenduck has retired. That's sad to see. He has hit the wall in Raskas. I think Cabicini 4/10 off the back of Cryptic, which is a bit too much here in these F2 cars to go get him through the tunnel at least. But the DRS zone may be of a benefit to him if he can get the exit of Dreams. He had a little bit of wobble there, almost hit the wall. Just Chilling has really closed in on Overspeed. Overspeed is in a lot of trouble here with this wing, and I'm very impressed by how Max has driven today. 5.8 seconds ahead of Overspeed now. Overspeed doesn't have wing damage, he's just struggling, whereas Just Chilling, who does have wing damage, just seems to be flying right now. Here we go then, DRS. Not got the exit he wanted. But he is going to be still closing in a little bit. And away he goes. Raggy Jr. gets the 2-second time penalty. Just Chilling's looking for the inside. Oh, he just hasn't got the grip. That right end plate being missing means he can't just turn in for that. And he might go for a send it move here if he can get the exit. Overspeed's in trouble now. Is he going to be able to hold this line? I don't think he is. That's a very big lock up there from the front right of Overspeed's car. It's allowing Furball to sort of recover a little bit. 1.4 seconds is that gap. Lando's Milkman's 2/10 behind him. Yellow flag, Sector 1 and Sector 2. Who is that, I wonder? That is, I think, Tiger Jr. It was Tiger Jr. Just having a little bit of issues. His wing is in a bit of trouble. Here comes JC then. Still no opportunity for a nice run around it. Oh, they might get it here. Overspeed made a mistake there through the entry of that corner. Cabicini's got a penalty. So 2 seconds will knock him down 2 places. And outside of the top 8 would be horrendous for Kai, considering how well he did in the first race. Oh no, that was close. Just Chilling. Almost lost everything there. If he gets a penalty, his race is done for. Max Thorne now 6.3 seconds ahead of Overspeed with only 3 laps to go. And no penalties to his name. Overspeed is holding P2 down like an absolute champion, and Just Chilling is all over him trying to snatch it away. Furball has recovered. He was 1.4 seconds behind. He's now under 3/10 behind him, and that is what we like to see, what we like to hear. Aviator 2-second time penalty as well. He is down the order in P11, currently outside of all points. Cryptic still here. No changes. Cryptic looking for a move. This is an inside line. That's a wheel to wheel, but he's okay. I think he's got it. Cryptic finally gets the move done on Landos, although Landos is still there. He's on the curb. That's a corner cut for you, sir. You can't do that. You will end up with problems if you're going to do that. Landos Milkman trying to get him back then. Kai Bacchini on the back of this too. Marquez and Nixana, they're going to be fighting their way through. P12 now is Nixana's. Just chilling, gets a penalty. That's not good news at all. This is a track he seems to be struggling with to keep it penalty free. Landers Milton with another penalty. 4 seconds, I believe that is now for him. There's a lot less penalties in this one. Oh, that was close. Just chilling gets the... a very nice tight line there. Max is actually starting to lose ground now. Half a second has been lost very quickly. I don't know if Max has got damage. Let's take a look. Yes, he does. Right side is injured. Blue is 2 seconds... sorry, has a 2 second penalty applied to him. Just chilling. Oh, we've lost Jack. Where's that? I think he's just retired. That looks like it's a voluntary retirement. Another 2 second time penalty for Blue. Struggling around Monaco. I mean, in fairness, he hasn't touched the F1 game in quite a long time. Just chilling, still here. Oh, Overspeed had a wobble, so did JC. Overspeed is under attack again from JC. Oh, big wing damage flying off his car there. JC had a similar thing, and his left-hand player's gone. Oh, no, there's contact. Fairball hits him as well. But everybody's still alive. No damage to anybody other than those that ping-ponged off the wall. Although Fairball's got a hell of a lot of damage. What am I talking about? That left wing is really, really broken. Here's Cryptic trying to find a method through here. Not sure if he's going to get one. Fairball needs to hold a tight line. Cabicini gets another penalty, and that's going to cost him even more if he was to stay where he is. Here it is then. DRS for all of these three. You have Landos who's here as well. You got Kai Bacchini who's still involved in this situation. Oh, look at this. Cryptic. He's trying to get around the outside here of Fairball. That's a very tough area to go for. And just trying to do the same. Oh, they both run so wide. Cryptic is still here as they try and navigate through. I'm not sure who's going to be able to get the move done. If Cryptic can't find the inside as Fairball blocks, he's going to go around the outside. This is a tough line, but I think he might be able to hold this down. Yes, he has. Cryptic. What a beautiful move now into the hairpin. We'll be able to get right onto the back of Just Chilling as Landos Milman trying to get on that curb again and get through. Does not pan out for him at all as Cabicini's alongside him. He's just slipping through the inside. And that's what can happen if it all goes wrong as Cabicini's through. That's Landos Milman into the wall, but I don't think he had any damage. Kai trying to close in on Fairball. That wing damage for Kai is really not working out for him. Just Chilling. He's alongside of Overspeed. Gets a bit of a run off there. He might get a penalty for this. Yes, he has. And that's bad news bears for him. Will fall back to exactly where he was a second ago. But that penalty being applied will make it more of a problem for him. Overspeed is still here, still there, still holding. Cryptic still here trying to attack and can't find a way in. Where, as you can see, Fairball's now fallen away. 1.4. Whoa, that was a wobble there. Keeping the rear end in check is such a crucial area as we come through to the final area of the track. Have we already started final lap? We have finished final lap. Overspeed coming to it. We'll get P2, or will he? Because it's so close. But Just Chilling gets P4. Look how tight and tense that was until penalties are applied, and he falls down the order due to those penalties. And Chimera, he just lunged up the field because he kept it so clean when it comes to those penalties, and he is now up into P4. Very well done by him to be able to achieve success here in the F2 sprint race. But I don't know who has actually got the weekend win. Max Thorne may have played this perfectly. Let's have a look at that. He's got the fastest lap to boot, so he's got the extra 2 points from there. He gets the win from this one. He hasn't got the qualifying. I'm not sure. And he's got points from the first race. I just don't know how much he's got overall. We need to see when we get to the standings screen just exactly how we look. And that's the end of the Monaco Grand Prix then in the F2 cars. We will be very shortly moving to the F1 cars where you're going to see all of the good stuff, all of the big pros running at it. All right, I'm really curious to see how it looks. So the end of that race, Max Thorne takes the win. 17 points after you count the additional 2 for the fastest lap, so very well done by him. Overspeed takes second with 12 points. Cryptic takes third with 10. Chimera takes fourth with 8. Just Chillin takes 5th. Furball takes 6th. Kai takes 7th. Lando's Millman gets the final points position in P8, with Tortor being best of the rest. And then you got Aviator, Marquez, Tiger Racing, Raggy Jr., Blue, Tiger Jr., Jack, Nixana, and Ravenduck. Ravenduck being the only DNFer of the evening, I believe. No, there was 3. Ravenduck, Nixana, and Jack. But the weekend results are Kai Bacchini still takes the win. So he does get a solid 31 points. It's very close between them as Cryptic just slips in between the two of them. Gets a nice solid P2 with 28 points. Max takes P3 with 27. And Just Chilling gets P4 tied with Overspeed for 18. Lando's Millman gets P6 with 16. Furball gets P7 with 12, Chimera gets P8 with 9, Tiger Racing gets P9 with 4, tied with his son for P9. And no one else gets any points. So Tortor, Aviator, Marquez, Blue, Tiger Jr., Jack, Nixana, and Ravenduck. Now, that's it for the F2 cars, but do not go anywhere as we are going to be transitioning very swiftly into the F1 cars. And we've got a nice little hype video to get you all excited. Stay tuned.